Hello, everyone, and welcome back to part two of Create Expectations. So, if you have not watched part one, you can choose to do so on Zara's channel before continuing here.
Wise choice.
Or, since it's the holidays, chances are you're having dessert first.
Or potentially just only dessert, honestly.
And then, just but I will say, like the video, subscribe, leave a comment, all those fun things on both of our channels.
Yeah.
And if you have questions, you can leave them in the comments and we'll ask them. And if you have, I don't know, trigger photos, etc., that you want to submit, then you can do that on the Discord server.
Yeah, it's linked on both channels or both
Yeah.
both videos. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, so with that,
Yeah.
we do have a viewer question this week that I thought was pretty interesting. Just like a fun question. And then we can go over a pack review that is sort of a pack review. I don't know. I don't know how we're going to review this one. So,
It's gonna be a Nerd Rage by Sarah review.
yeah, Angry Sarah is coming up. That's what we'll go with.
I know, I called you Grand Inquisitor, but it was because of the rage.
Not the torture.
Well, yeah, you would you do torture me, so there's that.
And then we'll roast the
Un,
roster.
Uncalled for, I realize.
Rude.
You need to
Rude.
stop. All
Um,
right.
okay, so viewer question from Ted. Oh man, I'm going to say your name wrong. I'm so sorry. Ted Ruiz? Ruiz?
Let's just say Ted Nugent.
Okay. From Ted.
TED Talk. This will be a TED
Who
Talk.
who are your favorite journey characters for each tier? So,
Journey. Whew.
yeah. So,
Okay, here I see you have the game up for the. Okay, let me.
like
I have to rearrange things, but okay.
for each tier, is this going like tier 1, tier 2 for the solo journeys? Are we going tiers based off solo journeys, guild journeys, galactic legends? I think it's just the tiers for solo journeys here.
Okay, that's a fun one. Let's do it.
Okay. So tier 1 is Yoda or Palpatine.
What's yours favorite?
I'm actually going to go with Palpatine.
Okay, why?
I just really enjoy watching people fry.
That goes
No.
like really,
Um
really darkly well with your torture motif here.
I
Gosh.
I'm just really enjoying I'm like I don't know, maybe this is it's not really Palpatine, it's Mara that feeds it a lot, but there's so much turn meter gain and it's just such a fun team. Like you just go around in loops half the time and
Yeah, that's set four talking
steal
for you too.
steal turn meter. Well, you've got
Mm.
the stagger going through and stealing turn meter and all
Yeah.
that, or
Well,
removing it, I
and
should say.
yeah, I think I agree with you. Yoda, so Yoda has a lot of really cool skill points that I really like being able to use him because he's all over the place in terms of like you can do a ton of really awesome stuff with him. He just ends up not making it into the best Jedi builds. And, like,
Yeah,
and a lot of his stuff doesn't go well with Jedi Master Kenobi, so you can't even. It's like okay, you can use him with Jedi Revan, but Jedi Revan already has his buddies. But
hmm
and then you could use him with Jedi Master Luke, and that works pretty well until you need someone who actually hits harder. And I know he can hit kind of hard, but Jedi Luke, he's no substitute for Jedi Luke. So if you like, he's the first one to be swapped out in that build, and then if he
hmm
wants to go with Kenobi, like he's just you can't find a good place for him. So a lot of times I'm just like, well, all right. I don't mind that I had to Relic 8 him, but at the same time, like, I don't use him as much as I would like to. Palpatine,
hmm
though, Palpatine has a lot of really fun things, like, I love hitting a Geo team with him if I can, because if you get shock on everyone, he can literally just do shock until someone dies. It's
And
just an
just
endless
keep.
loop of shock, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you about Yoda though. Like I feel like he just kind of gets stuck somewhere.
Yeah.
And you're
It
just
yeah.
yeah. So
It's
that
whatever.
That's fair
Yeah,
though.
with Yoda, you're like, oh, please do the big hit. I'm gonna kill. And sometimes it's like super overkill. You're like, wow, of course he was gonna kill them. And
Mhm.
sometimes you're like, that's all you did?
I know.
Like, you pathetic little rodent. Like, stop. It's just
But it's
like,
true. You're like, really? You didn't actually kill them? They have a sliver of red left? Thanks.
yeah, like you. It's like in episode 2 when he fights Dooku. No wonder Dooku walks away. Because,
Oh,
Dooku's like, I'm the squishiest person alive. And I still escaped.
oh. Yeah, so
Yo-
Palpatine.
Yoda's like, I did a lot of moves, though.
Okay. Tier two
Oh,
is
oh
Thrawn,
gosh.
R2D2, or BB-8.
And now you're gonna have to hate me for now. Okay, so you're BB-8. Moving
Yeah.
on. Just kidding. You talk. Go ahead and talk about him. That's fine. Or her.
He's just it's a he. BB-8's a he. It's just my favorite.
How do you know?
Yes, I said so. Um, yeah, man, he's just he was the first character. Was he the first character? He
No,
was, yeah,
there are a lot of characters that
he
came
was
before him.
no. He was the first character that I like quote unquote wailed for.
Oh, you did.
Yeah. Yeah. I
You
didn't
didn't
have
have the you didn't have the requirements.
no. So
Okay.
I had to wail a little bit to get my first order up to snuff so that I could get him.
Okay. I could see that.
Mhm.
I do like BB-8 a lot. There's a lot of utility actually now that there's more and more droid teams out there. Like
Mhm.
BB-8 can really do a lot of cool stuff. Uh, I do. I think I just like Thrawn better because he's still just so
Like
stupidly good.
still
Honestly,
he is very plug and play.
yeah.
Like
He's
he can slot in almost anywhere.
he does a lot of good stuff. I would really like it if they found a better place for R2D2. Actually, I think
Hmm.
he's good enough to have a slot in theory, but there just keeps like I'm just like, well, I don't know. I just didn't use you this time. I didn't. You weren't needed. Sorry, bud.
I actually, in my last Grand Arena round, I was putting together a team, and I was like, oh, I need like a fifth character, just because I didn't want to go in with four, and I wanted to have the Datacron still trigger, and I was like, oh, I don't have a use for R2D2,
Give him an Omicron.
but like I just like all of the teams that I used that he would have normally gone with, I didn't need him,
I know it's
so he
sad.
just got kind of left behind, and it was sad.
It's a sadness. Yep.
So.
Poor guy. Yep. So Thrawn and then our BB-8's the second. Yep.
No, I can't wait to R9 my BB-8. It's gonna be great. He's needed for platoons, so now I have a really good reason.
Oh my gosh. I can't believe that. Okay. Like that.
Oh
You
man,
finally found a legitimate way to
I
make me
have
not make fun of you for it.
it's
Gosh.
legitimate. It's legitimate now. Oh man. Okay, so tier three, you have Padme, CLS,
Ooh,
Jedi
this one's a
Training
tricky
Ray.
one.
Is
Hmm.
this Bam?
Yeah, that's Bando.
Yeah. Bam and Execute. No,
No,
with
that's
Chimera.
Chimera.
I can't tell.
Okay. Here, I'll guess
And
what your favorite is here.
okay.
And you have to guess what my favorite's gonna be.
Oh man.
I think yours is gonna be Padme.
Okay.
Because she is so good in conquest, blah blah
Hmm.
blah, and
Hmm.
stuff like that.
I am torn between Bam and CLS. I want to say Bam though.
Oh, you didn't pick Padme. Okay.
I didn't
All
pick
right.
Padme. No, for yours. For yours. Sorry.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah. Sorry. I meant for your favorite. But I'm torn between those two. But I want to say Bam.
Okay. So did I guess right for you?
I don't know. Like my first instinct would be to say Ray because that would follow
BB-8.
correct. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. But Padme is a lot of fun in Conquest
And territory battles,
and
actually.
territory battles and Grand Arena. And I don't know if we used her in Territory War. I'm pretty sure I've used her in Territory War.
She actually goes on GK teams sometimes, or Jedi Master Kenobi teams sometimes.
Yeah, she's just I don't know. She also is extremely annoying to deal with. Like anytime
Mm-hmm.
she's on a team, I'm like, fine.
I know. Can you stop?
Yeah, just go away. Just die of sadness already.
Yep, please go forth and die of sadness.
uh, yeah,
Yeah, I actually I think Bam does just narrowly beat out CLS. You got a good call on those two. Yeah, I just think Bam is so much more plug and play. Like CLS is more maybe objectively useful and powerful on a
hmm
lot of levels, but on the other hand, right now he's pigeonholed onto one team, and there's some weird variants that you could do, but I don't buy them, frankly, not yet. And Bam he isn't pigeonholed. Like sometimes he could be on his own team, sometimes he's on a dash team, sometimes he's with Ray. Like you can just
right.
he's very very versatile in what he
S-
does and could go with
Sometimes
so many characters.
sometimes he's with bounty hunters.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like he
Like,
has he has multitudinal uses, and I also like the idea that he's really easy to unlock once you get the characters farmed.
right.
Like it's the last of the old school legendary events, kind
It
of.
is. It is. Like easy enough that my Cara Dune is still gear 8.
Which I was giving you crap about earlier today.
You are.
All right, next
Okay.
tier.
Last, so I th oh gosh, okay, there's a lot in here. This is not the last tier.
Oh, and oh man, okay, so
Okay.
oh,
So
I thought it
oh,
was just gonna be those three. I was
I
like, oh,
know. That's what I thought. Okay.
this is suddenly tough.
So Afra, Grand Inquisitor, Star Killer, Jedi Knight Revan, Darth Revan, Chewie, C3PO, or what is this?
Falcon.
Falcon. Oh
Hmm.
man. Oh man.
All right, so I think your favorite. I don't even know. I don't know if I want to. I think your favorite's gonna be the same as mine.
Oh man.
So your favorite isn't Star Killer, even though
No.
mine is almost Star Killer, but it's not quite. Yeah, I think yours is going to be, and I guess I'll tell you what mine is by saying
Mm,
this, but I think it's going to be Jedi Revan.
mm, I
That's what I
do.
think.
I do enjoy Jedi Revan. He still makes things easy to deal with.
Honestly, so I realize that like Galactic Legends have more utility and more power and stuff, but I
Right.
guess if you kind of ignore Galactic Legend, you could make a legitimate argument that Jedi Revan is the best character in the game besides them.
Right.
Almost like maybe he's not at this point. He probably is, but and he's not overtly powerful. He's not going to solo anything really, but
Mm.
the things that he does for his team are just still incredible, just amazing stuff. He's still crazy useful on so many levels.
Well, like, okay, so you have Savior. So,
Hmm.
like, right there, you get extra survivability. Marked, which is
Which is something no other character can do. Still, like you still
right.
can't assign that a taunt to someone. Really, like there's like ships can do it sometimes, but otherwise,
Right. And like I know someone had messaged me about a Dashcron team that they were having to face in Grand Arena, and I was like, use Jedi Knight Revan.
yeah, I mean, yeah, that can end really poorly too because
I,
I've run into that this
I
last few sets,
can,
but yeah.
but also I was like, if the point being, if for me, whenever I'm like, oh, there's a tricky character here that I need to get out of the way, Jedi
Oh
Knight
no,
Revan is usually a safer option.
He's so many tools in his toolkit. Honestly, the savior thing, the swapping turn meters, and when
Hmm.
he does that, it's an AOE and it dispels everything,
Hmm.
and he can't be ability blocked in the first place, so he's always going to get that as long as he gets a turn, and he can't be stunned either, and so then he throws his saber and he can't be countered when he does that, and then he hands the turn to someone and they do something, and if you planned it right, that he gets another turn, he can mark someone, and he's the leader, so that you get health and protection regen, and you can shrink Nest's protection or health down
Hmm.
to 0, and yeah, he's not overtly more powerful than a lot of these guys, but
No.
man, he is so useful. I love me some Jedi Revan.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. When I thought it was just the first three, I was going to say Grand Inquisitor.
I would say Star Killer just because I love the unlock characters so much, and the squad is a lot of
Mm,
fun. Being like he is a lot of fun planning a team around because you so plug and play everyone. Like you could throw Malgus on the team. Like
right.
you could do so many so Star Killer can actually, let's see, he could take Grand Inquisitor
Hmm.
and Jedi Revan and Darth Revan, all three of those on his team.
Ooh, he could.
Like he can basically make a team out of just tier 4. He just needs a Lasufu.
Yeah, and then you're good to go.
Yeah.
Wow. Man. Okay. So tier 5. This is the last tier. Okay, so you have Malik, Gas, Jedi Knight Luke. What is this? Profundity and Executor?
Yes, ma'am. Okay, I'm gonna
Yeah.
guess you like Jedi Luke best, or maybe it's General Skywalker. I think it's a debate for you.
It is a debate. I think it is Jedi Knight Luke, though.
Cool. I think me too. General Skywalker is just he's just an impediment I put on defense in GAC. I don't care what he
He,
does.
he's fun. Um, and I like using him and whatever, but I find Jedi Knight Luke to be more important.
Yeah, he has a lot of cool stuff.
Mhm.
I love his big his big stun actually
Yeah.
does a huge amount of damage to Galactic Legends too. I find that extremely endearing for some reason.
Hmm. And he's also just a character that hits, like you were saying earlier with Yoda, like I wish you could find someone that hits hard. Like he's the one that hits hard. Like
Right, and he does extra damage against tanks, which is
hmm.
what you really need on that Jedi team. It's like, oh yeah, he'll kill your like crew faster than he kills like Red Trooper,
Right.
almost. Like it's very nice.
Right. So I just find him to be so important.
Yeah, he's great, man. Really like him.
Yeah. Uh yeah. So
Okay, we spent 18 minutes on that.
oh gosh. Okay. Um well that was the question and I think we answered it because
I thought it was fun. Actually, I like doing rank. We should do another ranking video sometime, Sarah.
okay.
People in comments, let us know if you liked that
We
discussion.
we can rank the droids.
Let us know if you liked it, but we may not do it, guys.
Okay, so we've done that, but do we want to talk about these packs?
Yeah, we could do that. Here, let me pull it up real quick. Yeah, okay. So they're up now. This is just
All right.
screenshots because Sarah actually does not have access to these
Mm-hmm.
daily deals, which I do, and I actually think they're sometimes good. Um, but when she was like, "Oh, what pack should we do?" I was like, "Oh, we could just like talk about the daily packs or whatever." And she's like, "What's that?" So, yeah, you don't have them, and
No,
I do. They refresh every day for me. They've been around for a couple weeks at least.
and I don't
Uh,
have them.
yeah,
And like, I mean, you sent me a screenshot of it. It's right beside your bronzium.
yeah, yep. It's just there every day, right at the very start.
Yeah. I don't like why do I not have it? And so actually this is the really interesting thing too, is I logged into Professor X and I don't have it. You logged into
Right.
Professor X and you have it.
Yep.
And we have the same phone.
We do. Yeah. It's like a a likability ratio or something.
Oh, they're just slighting Canadians. I
Pe-
want to know why I don't have this.
I I want to know too. It must be Canadian because we have the. I thought it was an iTunes, like an iPhone versus Droid thing. 'Cause that happens fairly
Right,
frequently, actually. At least frequently-ish. It's not unheard of. But for you, not like you. We have the same phone, like you said.
right. Like this just is doesn't make sense.
It must be a regional thing, frankly.
So I don't know if this was like a test thing that they were rolling out. I am mildly offended that I wasn't part of this test bracket because I mean, you sent me a screenshot of that relic pack that I think was three
Oh,
thousand
I'm
or two
showing it
hundred.
now. Actually, yeah, 3200, and yeah, you get the impulse detectors, 20 of them,
Mm-hmm.
and you get some Zinbittle, Electrium. You get one of the Gyarados keypads, some of the flawed signal data, or the best of the signal data.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all for fewer crystals than you would pay for just 20 impulse detectors. 20 impulse detectors is 3600,
Right.
and so people watching can see it. This pack itself was 3200. Like, if you accept the in-game economy as being the correct pricing, which I think that there is actually a substantial room to debate that,
Mm-hmm.
if you accept that though as kind of like the baseline, then this pack is a steal. It is amazing if you accept that the in-game economy is what it should be. And I did end up buying the pack.
I would have bought that pack. Like
Yeah.
I would like to know why I don't have the access to these and if anyone else has access to them or not. Because I'm super curious about this. And if you think it's a deal for whatever shows up.
Right, and not all of them are good deals, but every once in a while I'm like, oh, yeah, that's actually. And I think that for me lately, I've been really trying to relic up my Inquisition,
Hmm.
and so the some of these things I'm like, oh yeah, like you don't need impulse detectors for Relic 7, but I've been paying more and more attention to them. And here, let me go back to the original thing. Like, I guess there's not that many for this daily deal batch. There's not actually a ton of the signal data and stuff, but a lot of times they'll have a pack, like a deal with good signal data in there as well.
Yeah. So I'm offended. I'm taking this personal.
I figured you would.
Yeah. Yep.
I guess today's deal is Mark III comlinks. They're selling a lot of them, apparently. They think people might need them.
Well, I wouldn't take that one, but still,
Yeah. You could
I'm
buy 200 of them.
I'm just not impressed, CG. Not
Yeah, CG.
impressed.
Yeah,
Uh,
CG. Sarah's not impressed. Get on. Take yourself off a vacation and fix this for Sarah.
they don't fix anything for me. I couldn't even give them actual money for 3 months.
I know. I felt bad.
uh, all right. Yeah, so yeah. I'm sure the value of those packs varies, but if you have access to them, I guess you're one of the lucky ones.
Sure. I suppose.
And maybe you can take advantage.
Are we doing this roster roast or are we going to do the kit review?
Oh, I completely forgot about the kit review. How much time do we have?
About 6 minutes.
All right, cool. We're right on track to go overtime.
We got time to go over time.
Okay, so kit review. Let's talk about them because it's such a hot button topic. We can talk about Grand Inquisitor because the event is going on right now for another like
Mm-hmm.
2-ish days, give or take.
Yeah.
And then God only knows when it'll come back.
Yeah, he's pretty good. And the current Datacron set 6 is
Hmm.
going to turn him into an absolute monster.
Right.
I've already seen a couple videos where he just trashes a few like I've heard, and I haven't seen a video for all 7, but I've heard that he actually just kills all 7 GLs with
With
this.
their lifters.
Yeah, like he'll be killing Jedi Master Kenobi
Yikes.
and apparently Lord Vader. I don't know. I haven't seen all of the things. I mean, Lord Vader's taken a pretty big hit now, and
Hmm.
the testing is still inconclusive. But man, he is with the current Datacron set, and every Datacron set has been amazing for Inquisition. So
Right.
until we get Riva, which she's almost just like her own Datacron for him almost, or something weird like that. But like he's he's been amazing with Datacrons from the start,
Right.
basically.
Right. So, and he just keeps getting them. Okay, so you've obviously had him a lot longer than me and are much more experienced with him. I have only had him for, you know, 3 days. So,
Sure.
my knowledge of him is limited to what I have done in these 3 days in terms of using him in basically conquest. Um, and also telling people what buttons to push in the Riva mission last territory battle. So,
Well,
uh,
you already have one really key component of his kit though, if you know the Riva mission.
the torture or
No,
purge.
so the first special, which is
Hmm.
his well, I forget which one is
You're
which
right.
actually, but it's
Oh,
the
that's his cleanse.
yeah, the cleanse, and it's an AoE ability block and a cleanse and health equalization and protection equalization.
Hmm.
And I
Which,
think there's probably at least one more debuff on top of that as well.
which is just crazy. So health and
Vulnerable.
protection are equalized. Ability block. Oh, and vulnerable for 1 turn to all enemies with purge.
Right, which everyone starts with purge when it's him.
Hmm.
When he's around. Um,
Ooh, and you gain crit damage up for 2 turns.
yeah,
So, uh, yeah, that is it is quite fun to do this move, I find.
right. Well, you have to be strategic about it though, because it's cooldown 4, and there's not much. I don't think
Hmm.
there's anything that reduces his cooldowns actually. So you have to be strategic with it. But yeah, it's a pretty amazing ability. The torture is pretty good as well. In
Hmm.
fact, just because the thing I like most about torture is the fact that so you can do all the like I almost just ignore the stacks of purge.
Oh, really?
For gaining buffs. Well, the gaining buffs is great and everything. The thing that I find though is torture itself is just such a powerful ability. Like if you go down to the bottom, what it
Hmm.
does, so it does bonus damage equal to 10% of the character's max health, blah blah blah. And then the thing that's really crazy and people don't
Ooh,
realize how good defense really is on a character reduces defense by 10% stacking, max of 50% for the rest of the encounter.
anytime that person is damaged.
Right. And so
Yikes.
you put torture on, and then immediately, yeah. So when it's damaged, when that character's damaged, and immediately Seven Sisters going to assist. So you're immediately going to just get
Ooh,
two hits on that defense just instantly.
that's a great point. People, I mean, I even forgot just now about her assisting, so that's gonna knock it again. Yikes.
Yeah, really strong. And then his leadership does cool stuff.
Hmm.
But then, in addition to that, so like, what does his leadership do? I think it gives 25 speed to
Um,
all of the Inquisition. Yeah,
duh. Yeah, that
yeah,
is great.
25 speed. Yeah, if you're going with full Inquisition, which you don't have a reason not to.
And immune to ability block, which is pretty good.
Well, and when you combine it with the other things that are in this current Datacron set. It's just like, gosh, he's immune to stun, he's immune to all sorts of stuff.
Hmm.
But yeah, like ability block is nice because you can take down my final match of GAC. I actually killed Jedi Master Luke, and Jedi Master Luke does his AOE, and it's like, haha, no ability block, sucker.
Mm,
It's nice.
that's a good feeling.
Oh, I know. Like you, when you evade that, when I know it makes Jedi Master Luke real sad. He's like, I can't even kill some stupid Inquisition that like Ezra and Kanan
Oh
can
yeah.
kill. But um, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. Let's see. He gives all these buffs to
It's got a
different.
whole bunch of buffs based off their role, and then uh buffs based off of their role if the enemy leader is a Jedi as well. So just
Yep.
a ton of stuff he's handing out.
Okay, so the other thing I want to point out with him, because we could go on forever. Like I could, he's got so many variants in his kit. He also so he starts when he starts. Everyone on the opposing side
Mhm.
starts with a stack of purge.
Right.
And the reason that's important though is he also reduces his opponent's speed by 5 for every stack of purge for every character that has purge on them.
Hmm.
And so what happens is in 5v5, he actually makes his squad a functional plus 50 speed because he's reducing
Ooh,
your opponent's speed by 25 and you're increasing your own. Remember though in 3v3, he's only increasing your speed by 40
right.
instead, but not by 50 because there's only 3 characters who have purge on them. This is
Right.
3v3.
Right. That makes sense. That makes
Yeah.
sense. So that's a good way to look at it, though. Decrease their speed, increase your speed, and it's even
Yeah.
better.
So you can just think of your team as plus 50 speed most times. Like that's pretty easy to look at it like that. It works, and it doesn't. The speed matters way less once the actual punching starts occurring. But like for starting speeds, the whole team is super fast. Anyways, um, as far as turn meter goes, I mean I think you probably know the turn meter. Do you know that? Sorry, I don't want to just
Um, in terms of the team order, you mean?
yeah for the team.
You want you want seventh to go first, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So that you can ability block someone or cleanse some or dispel a debuff, I should say, sorry.
Yeah, you can dispel the buff.
Hmm.
And then you're
Yes.
also giving stacks of purge to that person who you just
Hmm.
dispelled. So
Hmm.
then fifth brother gets additional effects when he goes next.
Hmm. So it's just fun. And you just did your faction essentials on them.
I did, yep.
So it's all relevant. And like I know not everyone necessarily loves it because they've been shoving it down our throats for a while now, but they actually are quite a lot of fun to play with.
Oh, they are. They're better than people tend to think. Like there was like this outcry at first. So when we first unlocked Grand Inquisitor, it was like, well, if you can't kill Kenobi, then what good are you? So
Hmm.
then you just throw him in the dumpster because he can't kill Kenobi. But I mean, he's been able to consistently kill Jabba, and I think that this coming set, whether he can kill all the other GLs or not, he will be able to kill Jabba again fairly well.
Hmm.
And I mean, Jabba's the new hotness, anyways. So
Right.
yeah, the team has definitely got value. I think people were like, they kind of like transposed this thing of like, okay, there's a yes or no button. If can Grand Inquisitor kill Jedi Master Kenobi? If with Cat. If yes, then he's good. If no, then he's awful and should just be thrown in the trash can.
Right.
And it's not as simple as that by any stretch.
Right. Right. I think that's though with almost any character, to
I
be
mean,
honest.
that's the way the community sees things a lot of times. Yeah, and I don't know. Like the really simplistic view on things. There was a while that I was pretty down on him too, and
Oh, me too. Me too. I didn't necessarily want to get him.
well, he's not. I'm not super interested in him as a character either. He's like when you see him in Rebels, I'm like, well, whatever. And you see him in the Kenobi show, neither time was I that interested in what he had to say or do.
Right. Right.
I was like, oh, you used to be a Jedi, and then you just decided to stop being a Jedi because you suck. All right, compelling.
Uh, so yeah. Anything else about Grand Inquisitor you want to point out in particular?
Did you know that he's Utapawan?
He's what?
Like his species.
Oh, no, I did not.
In episode 3, when Kenobi goes to hunt down General Grievous,
Mm-hmm.
on that planet where he talks to the locals, and they're like, General Grievous is taking us hostage or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, that species, the people who are talking to him, are the same as what Grand Inquisitor
Okay.
is.
Okay. I did not know that.
There you go.
The more you know.
It matters almost nothing, but
More
okay.
you know. Okay, so now do we want to roast your roster?
Let's do it.
Now that we have gone sufficiently over time.
Let's see if they have Grand Inquisitor or not. Easy to tell if they're worthwhile.
Okay. So, they had posted this and they said at the time that they were going for Star Killer and would probably go for Jedi Master Luke next. So, this is it Driven? I don't know if I'm
Get
saying.
Gadriven. Yeah, I don't know. He's a tactical genius,
Mm-hmm.
and he's part of the Shadow Collective.
Right.
That's cool, man. Um, Erodium 5, so right on the brink of what's below that chromium?
I have no idea.
Wow, you're such an elitist. Okay.
I I have no idea because I don't pay attention to them in Grand Arena.
Um, that's too bad. We
Uh,
gotta. Okay, so
he
what?
he's 7.1.
Ooh, Interodium. Okay. For the
Begins.
for those people who, by the way, think that the roster roast is not helpful or kind or whatever, we don't care. No. um, None of this is meant in any kind of like really overly negative, awful. Like we're doing it for entertainment purposes only. Whether or not you find it entertaining is another matter. But none of this is personal. Just to be clear.
Right, right. And everyone has volunteered. So,
Yeah, every person we've chosen has volunteered. Exactly, they've signed up for it. So it's
right,
not like we're just like, hey, here's someone who can arbitrarily be dicks to.
right.
But we
So,
may end up doing that one day, but no, we won't.
no. So, on that note, do you
Yeah.
want to look at ships?
I'm nervous, man. They don't even have datacrons here. But okay, yeah, they have. Apparently, they have Executor.
I mean, not having datacrons in your arena thing doesn't mean I don't have a datacron in mine.
Right, and I judge you every time I see it.
Liar.
Okay.
Uh, okay. Oh, yikes. Okay. So, missing Radis. Profundity, sorry.
Yeah.
Um, 5-star finalizer.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can
Everything
tell
else.
they don't have Sith Eternal. They don't have. Yeah, they don't have Sith Eternal. They don't have Supreme Leader Kylo. We know
Correct.
that for sure. They don't have
Correct.
Lord Vader.
Right.
You can tell those three things by looking at this.
Okay, so B-28's not done being farmed yet.
Yeah,
Neither.
but they don't have a good rudder.
True. True. Good
Anyways,
point.
um,
Good point. Uh,
I never get it, man. The people get the TIE Interceptor unlocked, 7 stars,
mhm.
and let's just have a trash pilot. Okay.
Just that ship is so much fun too.
It is. It really opens the door for your Empire fleet.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm
Okay.
gonna go ahead and say
Smart.
that the reason you're struggling in GAC so much at your GP level is fleets.
You think so?
I don't know. Erodium doesn't have only has two fleets actually required, so maybe not.
Hmm.
I'm glad to see that he's actually farming ships,
Yeah.
even if he's not working on pilots. He's farming ships.
Like these are all 7 star. Oh, Dash isn't, but that's still relatively new-ish, give or take.
Kyle Katarn's ship is the same star level as Outrider.
Okay. That kind of hurts.
Yeah, that doesn't help your case at all, bud.
So,
Gad driven.
okay. But other than that, it's not super awful. Everything's farmed.
Yeah, and you have a competent Redis fleet, I guess.
Like
It, it,
resistance radius.
right,
Right.
like the
Oh.
lesser Redis. Yeah,
Okay. Do you want to look at datacrons just to see
yeah. Let's
what's
verify.
happening?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Not a lot is happening.
Nothing. Okay.
Like 0. Okay. Fair.
I've
Good to
decided
know.
not to outwardly judge people for their Datacron haves or have-nots.
Datacrons are divisive, to say the least. Okay, so
They are.
2 Galactic Legends, Rey and Kenobi. He does have Star Killer, so he did say he was doing that. So whether or not
Okay.
he's going for Jedi Master Luke next is to be determined. But
Okay.
and he's got Cat to go with his Kenobi, so I guess that is good.
So I guess the big difference here between him and I is he has two Galactic Legends is in the bottom of Rhodium. I
Hmm.
have two Galactic Legends on my alt and am in the top-ish levels of Kyber 2. So,
Right.
yeah. Just throwing it out there, you know. And honestly, and this isn't, and I'm not trying to throw a ton of shade at people who don't want to do datacrons. I understand the reluctance and the hesitation and the frustration involved.
Hmm.
I will say that probably the reason I've been so successful on that account is I have embraced datacrons as much as I can on that account and really tried to maximize my use of them
Hmm.
without spending a lot of money or any money on them other than like the conquest pass.
Right.
But
And the
like that,
the 350s a day.
the
350 refresh, 350
oh,
crystal.
in
Yes,
conquest,
yes, and
yeah,
conquest.
exactly like that. Other than that, but like just as a heads up, folks. I mean, I really think datacrons are going to make that difference for you. Like I see that Relic 7 Vader, and
Hmm.
he didn't have to suck this GAC season. These past four, he could have deleted a team every single round for you
Yeah,
for max banners.
it was a ton of fun. Ton of fun. Um, okay, before we look at factions, do you want to sort it by speed
Sure,
just to see, just out of curiosity?
it's a fun take on it.
Okay. Obviously, your GLs are at the top because, and then Ahsoka, Gideon, Piet.
Malik is that fast compared to Revan or Dash or Rex or Bosk or oh my gosh. Okay.
That's interesting. How fast is Malik? 300.
Okay, so he doesn't have good mods.
So,
Very
okay.
well.
Okay, good to know. I was just curious. Um, what would you like to look at?
I don't think I want to look at anything.
Pick something.
Oh, for frick's sake.
Port battle for.
Galactic Republic.
All right. Okay,
He's got,
so clones are
he's got
built.
got Cat, got Padme up to 5, which
Hmm.
I'm like, why would you put her up to 5 unless you were doing datacrons? Oh, maybe you're doing for territory battles. I don't know.
Could be territory battles. for the first phase. Okay. Okay,
Um,
so Bad Batch is looking a little sad down there.
Sad batch for sure.
Sad
Eh,
Batch. Cam is almost done. I'm curious if your guild's alternating or not.
oh, that is an interesting question. Yeah.
Like if you have to be forced to finish Cam by buying his shards.
Apparently, he hasn't completely succumbed to GAC apathy because he's got the Qui-Gon Jinn Omicron.
That's a good point.
And he had the Star Killer one as well. So, okay.
Right.
All
Okay.
right. You pick the next faction. And then we should probably sign off soonish.
Um,
But
let's look at Sith because there's no C, right?
sure. And then we, yeah.
hmm
Oof.
Oh, no, Malgus. He would be in here, right?
Yeah, he would be. Malgus is a Darth, as a
hmm
Darth is his first name. The Treya trio is very, very sad right now.
Yep. Yep. Uh, okay. I
What would you say you do here? Your Darth Malak should not be the fastest one. How is your? Okay. Well, whatever. Yeah. So your Darth. I know we're not sorted by speed right now, but Darth
mhm.
Malak was faster than his Darth Revan.
Right.
And if Malak was only 300 speed, Darth Revan is significantly slower than that. Like you're not taking advantage of that team at all.
288.
Yeah. You should swap the sets
Right.
or something,
Make
or
him faster.
start farming mods.
Either
Do both.
or. Oh.
Ugh. Ugh.
Okay.
Relic one on EP. Woo.
Poor UP. Did you say one more and then we're good?
Sure. You want to look at scoundrels?
Okay. Okay.
Oh,
Uh,
I was
okay.
hoping he'd have a good bando because he's got his best belief is his executor, and you want a strong Razor Crest, but he's only got Relic 2 on bando, so.
So not quite.
Oh, he's trying to do that trick where he makes Cad Bane's ship faster
Mm,
than Razor, and you don't need to do that. That is absolutely unnecessary. I have a video on my channel about it, actually. I have a couple of them. Very, very easy to mirror match if your bando is faster.
yeah.
But, okay.
Well,
That's disappointing. Oh, they've got the
uh,
Zam Omicron. Ah, but no Mando. Or Grief.
oh
Why,
man.
why, why do you
Oh
have the,
man.
why do you have the Zam Omicron if you don't have good bounty hunters?
And Sam's relict.
Oh, that's no
Oh, poor
Fennec.
Fennec. Oh,
This is delightful
oh no.
because it's so easy.
Fennec is so good. So good. I mean, you've got her farmed. You can just gear her.
Does he have like Ewoks geared or something? Like, where's all his GP coming from?
No.
Okay, just
Is it
waste of a roster.
just a little bit of everything, maybe?
I like of everything bad.
Oh, I mean, okay. And he's got the Wampa Omicron, so he is
At Relic 3.
I mean, but like Wampa, Qui-Gon, Zam,
Yeah, that's
Star
kind of like
Killer.
it's kind of the best ones. Mm-hmm.
There's a ton of that's four Omicrons right there just for GAC.
All right.
He's definitely going for Jedi Master Luke because he's got
Yeah.
Rolo and Han at relics.
Well, that's Jedi Math. That's Jedi Knight Luke.
Oh,
Mon Mothma
right.
would be the bigger tell, and she's not relict. But
Sad.
yeah, go get Jedi Master Luke, and then work on the rest of your roster.
I
is my
Man,
advice. Like, just get a better roster, please, and call it good.
take Basti to relics too. Ow.
All right, we're
Yeah,
done.
I, I think so. I think that's it.
Goodbye.